Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant. And in this video, tatapusin na natin yung ating paggawa ng ating financial statements. And in our quick recap lang in our previous video, if hindi nyo pa napanood, please watch our previous video. Marami tayong pinag-usapan doon. Mga accounting concepts and theories na dapat alam nyo. So, in our previous video, ito yung ginawa natin. We made itong mga adjusting entries, and then from the adjusting entries we were able to come up with our adjusted trial balance. And yung adjusted trial balance, more or less, yan na yung figures natin that we'll be using for our income statement, and of course the balance sheet. Ayan, so in today's video, ayan, na actually in our previous video, na plot na natin yung mga figures for the income statement and the balance sheet. So yung key lang dito, again, quick recap. Yung key dito is dapat, ayan, alam niyo kung ano yung mga account type ng mga account titles. So always remember, ayan, yung asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So laging equal yon. And then yung debit tsaka credit, dapat palaging equal sa trial balance man adjusting entry. Kahit sa paggawa ng entries pa lang, dapat equal yung debit tsaka credit. So ito, dapat alam nyo kung ano yung asset, the current asset, yan, non-current asset, current liability, equity, income, and expenses. So yung balance sheet na figures is, we got that from our asset, liability, and the equity accounts. And then sa income statement naman, we got that from our itong income na account type and the expenses. So, ayan. So from here, from this worksheet, yung worksheet yung tawag natin dito is, pwede na natin siyang ilipat doon sa format na required for our financial statements. So, first is itong income statement. Ayan. So again, if may worksheet na kayo, madali na lang kunin yung mga figures dito. So again, yung heading nito is, of course, your company name and then the income statement or the statement of financial performance. So same lang yon. And of course, for the year ended December, yung ating example pala dito is for the last year, for the 2024. So this is the year ended December 31, 2024. And yung format nito, basically is just yung sales ninyo, ayan, gross sales. You can actually, ito nilink ko lang dun sa worksheet natin na mga figures. Gross sales natin is 2,195,000, and the sales returns, allowances, and discounts is 109,750, and that would give us itong net sales. So other format is yung net sales na lang, yung nilalagay nila. Hindi na nila pinapakita yung gross tsaka yung sales returns, allowances, and discounts. And then of course, i-less natin yung cost of goods sold. Ayan, 1,097,500. So that would give us itong gross income na 987,750. So yung mga figures na to, again, nakalink lang to dito sa ating worksheet. So from here, dito, ayan, income, kita nyo, sales revenue, 0.1 million, that's the cost of goods sold. And then, yung mga operating expenses niyo, galing lang yan dito sa worksheet. So, ito yung income natin. Again, gross income, 987,750. And then, the operating expenses. So, ito yung mga itemized deduction. So, yung depreciation, and rental, salaries, and wages, SSS, taxes, and licenses, transportation and travel, professional fees, and other expenses. So, from here, actually, pwede nyo itong ilipat doon sa income tax return niyo. Kasi, pinattern ko na itong mga account titles dito using yung sa ITR, so that mas easier for us to transfer the figures. So, the total operating expenses, that would give us a 915,968. So, yung income before income tax is 71,782. So, hindi siya masyadong malaki considering na yun nga yung sales natin is 2 million. So yung nakaganda dito, if in creating income statement or mga financial statements, is malalaman nyo ano ba yung mga malalaking expenses na currently sa inyong company. For example, yung rental niyo masyadong mataas. Ayan, transportation and travel, 100,000 masyadong mataas. Other expenses, 238,000 masyadong mataas. So pwede nyong i-consider sa next year ano ba yung pwedeng yung kaltasan na mga expenses. Ayan. And then, from here, we got the income before income tax, but we need to, ano pa, yung provision for income tax. So, in coming up with your provision for income tax, kailangan yung gamitan itong graduated tax table. So, yung atin is 71,782. Fortunately yan, di ba? Kasi wala tayong income tax. You will use itong table. Ayan, 0 to 250,000 kasi wala pa tayong income tax for that. So the provision for income tax is zero. But for the purpose of discussion lang, example, ano na yung income before income tax niyo? For example, 300,000. Ayan, 300,000. So, you will look at itong table. So, saan ba siya na range na bebelong? So, that is dito sa second na row. Ayan, 250,000 up to 400,000. So, dito tayo, ito yung gagamitin natin, 250 to 400,000, I mean. So, yung tax on column 1, ayan, tax on column 1, ayan, is zero. Zero pa. And tax on column 2, ayan, in excess daw ng 250,000 is 15%. So, in excess, example, itong 300,000, in excess daw ng 250,000, yan yung 50,000 yung excess niya, but i-multiply pa natin yan ng 15%. So, ayan, and multiply natin ng 15%. So, tax on column 1 is, tax on excess na to. Tax on excess. Ayan, 7.5. So, yung total natin na tax provision for income tax nito is tax on column 1 plus the tax on excess. So, 7,500. So, yan yung ating example in case na may income tax kayo. So, may provision for income tax kayo. So, kailangan nyo pang i-add yan sa inyong adjusting entries. So, dito kayo sa adjusting entries ninyo. So, additional pa yan because hindi pa natin nare-record yan. Again, yung purpose ng adjusting entries is to record yung mga hindi pa natin nare-record na mga expenses or mga accounts na kailangan natin i-record or nabebelong na for that taxable, for that accounting period. So, 2024 pa itong income tax expense na ito. So, kailangan natin i-record, that is debit nyo yung income tax expense. That was 7,500. And then credit nyo yung income tax payable, 7,500. So, ang effect na to is sa balance sheet is magkaka-additional kayo na income tax payable, and then sa income statement niyo again mag-increase yung expense niyo, and in effect niyan again sa balance sheet din sa inyong owner's capital. So liliit yung net income na i-add nyo doon sa inyong uh, owner's capital, I mean. So ayan, but in our example, ayan, zero lang yan. So zero, zero. So balik tayo sa ating income statement. So, that would give us itong net income na 71,782. So, ito yung net income na i-add natin sa owner's capital to come up with the magkano ba yung ending ng ating owner's capital. So, next natin na financial statement is changes in owner's equity because kailangan natin itong ending capital balance na ilalagay sa balance sheet. So again, madali lang ito, yung company name, Pinoy Accountant, example ng statement of changes in owner's equity. So ano ba yung mga affect ng owner's equity is yung owner's capital natin, if may mga withdrawals, ayan, ima-minus natin. And if may net income naman, i-add natin. So in our example, owner's capital beginning natin is kaka-start pa lang natin yung 2024, so wala pa tayong beginning, that is zero. So add natin yung magkano ba yung initial investment ng owner. So in our example, 240,000, and then withdrawals, less natin yung withdrawals. So wala tayong withdrawals for the year. So that would give us itong total owner's capital na again, 240,000. And then add natin yung net income na 71,782. That would give us itong owner's capital ending na 311,782. So itong net income, again, pwede nyo lang i-link dito sa income statement so that automatic na maglalabas yung figures, automatic niya na i-compute. So, that is our statement of changes in owner's equity. So, inuna natin to because sa balance sheet, again, yung kailangan natin na figure doon is the capital ending na balance. So, let's proceed. Ayan, so let's proceed sa balance sheet naman. So, ayan, again, it's yung company name, Pinoy Accountant, or ano yung company name ninyo. Then you put their balance sheet or the statement of financial position. So, same lang yan. And as of December 31, 2024, kung ano yung ending period ng inyong financial statements. So, again, yung basic na concept ng accounting is asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So, ito lang yung pinapakita dito sa balance sheet. So, it's like a bird's eye view ng financial health ng company nyo. Makita nyo dito magkano ba yung asset natin, or yung mga utang kaya bang are we still able to pay yung mga upcoming na liabilities? So, dito niyo makikita. So, yan yung key if ever gusto niyo mag-invest sa isang company, if you would want to buy stocks. Ayan, tingnan niyo yung financial statements because madami na kayong pwedeng makita doon sa financial statements. For example, malaki na yung utang niya, di ba? And maliit lang yung cash niya, so hindi siya liquid. So, yun ang mga ratios kumbaga na pwede niyong gawin with the balance sheet pa lang. So ito, anyway, so let's start. So yung ipapakita dito sa balance sheet is yung asset nyo, liabilities, and the owner's equity. So first, let's start with the assets. So yung current assets nyo, ililist lang ninyo dito, ilalagay nyo. So again, pwede nyong balikan yung inyong worksheet because yung mga nakalagay dito na items is, makita ko lang yung worksheet. Yan, nandito na sa balance sheet talaga dito. So yung nabanggit natin kanina, kailangan familiar kayo ano ba yung mga current assets, non-current assets, yung current liabilities, non-current liabilities, and the owner's equity ninyo na account titles. So, balik tayo, balance sheet. Ayan. So the current assets are ito cash, accounts receivable, merchandise inventory, prepaid rent wala na so pwede na 'tong tanggalin because zero balance siya. And the CWT or the creditable withholding tax. Ayan. So that would give us itong total current assets na 264,165. And then punta naman tayo sa non-current assets. Again, non-current assets is yung pwede nyong gamitin beyond 1 year or beyond 12 months from the balance sheet. So yung office equipment, usually we can use that for 3 to 5 years. So nakalagay yan sa non-current assets. Other non-current assets natin, it could be yung mga service vehicle ninyo or mga machinery and equipment or yung mga properties ninyo na more than a year pa yung silbi sa inyo. So in our example, ito, non-current assets natin is not office equipment, 100,000 and the accumulated depreciation ng office equipment is 20,000. So, pwede din na net book value na yung ilagay niyo dyan. Pwede nyo ilagay dyan office equipment net or pwede nyo ipakita yung accumulated depreciation. So, in our example, pinakita natin because we have no other items naman na nabibelong sa non-current assets. So, yan, office equipment, 100,000. And then, the accumulated depreciation ng office equipment is 20,000. That would give us itong total non-current assets na 80,000. So, again, net book value lang yan ng office equipment. So, yung total assets natin is, ayan, i-add lang natin yung total current assets to the total non-current assets that would give us itong 344,165. So, punta tayo dun sa other side, di ba? Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So, dapat itong total assets na to equal dun sa total ng liabilities and owner's equity. So, let's start with the liabilities. So, current liabilities. So, ganun din. Papakita natin ano yung mga current liabilities and the non-current liabilities. So, the current liabilities, again, if these will fall due na within 12 months from the balance sheet date. So, mga current to. Withholding tax payable, which is kailangan, you need to pay the following month. Ganun. So, accounts payable, ayan. And income tax payable. So, in our case, wala tayong income tax payable. So, pwede natin itong i-delete. And then the percentage tax payable, again, that is 15,675. So if i-add natin lahat ng mga current liabilities, that would give us itong 32,383. And then total non-current liabilities, wala tayo. For example, may mga loans kayo. Yung loan kasi, it would go beyond like 3 years. Ayan, 5 years to pay. So that is the total, that would form part of your non-current liabilities. So total liabilities natin, again, that is just the current liabilities na 32,383. So next natin is the equity naman. So the owner's equity or the owner's capital natin is 311,782 and we got this figure dito sa statement of changes in owner's equity. That is just the the ending balance of your owner's capital. So owner's capital, again, if may mga additional investments and with i-minus yung mga withdrawals and then i-add nyo yung net income. So ito yung final balance natin or ending balance, 311,782. Ayan. So if i-add natin yung liabilities and the equity, ayan, total liabilities and equity is 344,165. So if titingnan niyo yung taas, total assets, ayan, dapat equal talaga yan. If hindi equal, ibig sabihin, may mali kayo na transaction, may mali kayo na input ng mga amounts, or mali yung figure na nakuha ninyo. So total assets natin, 344,165. and then total liabilities natin is 344,165. So, equal sila. So, ibig sabihin, tama yung ginawa natin na balance sheet dahil equal sila. So, ayan. So, yan lang yung balance sheet natin. And then, last but not the least, ayan, kaya pa ba? Kaya natin to. So, ayan, the cash flow. So, yung cash flow naman, ipapakita lang dito yung movement ng cash. Like, ano ba yung natanggap natin na cash, cash beginning, ano ba yung mga nailabas natin na cash, ano yung mga spending natin sa cash. So, lahat dito is just the cash, the movement of the cash, ano yung pumasok na cash, ano yung mga nailabas nyo na cash. So, cash flow, ito, Pinoy Accountant, again, the company name, cash flow statement, and for the year ended December 31, 2024. So, tatlong sources yung cash flows natin. So, from operating activities, ito lang yung dapat yung tandaan, tatlo siya. Operating activities, investing activities, and the financing activities. So, yung operating activities, ito yung usual, yung ano ba yung cash na related sa pag-conduct natin ng business. So, ito yung mga sales natin and the operating expenses. So, if yung key pala dito is if titingnan niyo yung ledger ng inyong cash, you would get the figures then because yung ledger mismo ng cash is naka-indicate naman doon yung beginning balance and yung mga transactions related to the cash and the ending balance. So ito, yung mga operating, sinummarize lang natin siya based on the categories kanina, the operating, investing, and the financing. So yung operating natin is, again, yung sales natin, ayan, 2,031,143 and yung payment natin ng yung binili natin na stocks or yung gusto nating I mean yung binibenta natin merchandise inventory is 1.2 million and payment for the operating expenses 840,293. So negative yung balance, ibig sabihin net cash used in operating activity. So ibig sabihin nabawasan yung cash natin. So by 9,150. So next natin na category ng cash flow is yung investing activities naman. So ano itong mga investing activities? These are yung mga investment natin, yung like mga properties, ayan, properties, plant, machineries, and equipment, mga service vehicle. So mostly dito is yung mga non-current assets natin. So in our example is bumili tayo ng office equipment worth 100,000. So yan yung example natin ng investing activity. So net cash used in investing activities. So ibig sabihin net cash na nagamit natin for our investment or investing activity is 100,000 because bumili tayo ng office equipment. So ayan, last na tayo. Ayan, malapit na. Malapit na tayo sa championship. Ayan, cash flows from financing activities. So ano ba yung sources ng ating financing? It could be ikaw yung owner mismo nag-invest or it could be nag-loan tayo for the business. So yun yung usual na example ng financing activities. So in our example, ito owner's capital is ito yung initial investment ng owner na 240,000. So, ayan, because yung company natin is nakatanggap ng cash from the investment of the owner. So, yung financing activities provided by the financing activities is 240,000. Ibig sabihin, nadagdagan ng 240,000 yung ating cash, 'di ba? Because of the investment. So, ayan, so i-add lang natin lahat yung mga nagamit and pumasok sa ating cash. So that would give us itong net increase or decrease in cash. So in our example, ito, 240,000 yung pumasok, tapos naglabas tayo ng 100,000 and naglabas tayo ng 9,150. So if i-deduct niyo yung 240,000 minus 100,000 minus 9,150, yung net increase ng ating cash is 130,850. And then add natin if may mga beginning cash tayo at beginning of the year. I mean, so in our example, wala pa tayong beginning of the year because this is the first operation pa lang. And ayan. So yung net increase in cash, i-add natin yung if ever may cash beginning tayo. So that would give us itong cash at the end of the year. So yung cash at the end of the year is 130,850. So yung key pala dito is dapat yung cash ending dito, i-check niyo yung inyong balance sheet. Ayan, balance sheet natin. Kita nyo, cash is 130,850. So, dapat equal yan. Yan yung usual na tinitingnan. Dapat equal yung sa cash flow. Ayan, ending balance ng cash, is dapat ito yung makita dito sa cash sa inyong balance sheet. Ayan. So, ayan, tapos na tayo. So, yun lang yung video natin for today. It's a bit long, but basically yung paggawa lang ng ating financial statements is if may worksheet na kayo yung ginawa natin in our previous video, madali nyo na lang siyang i-plot. It's more on the formatting na lang or ano yung mga titles or mga headings na kailangan ninyo to come up with your financial statements. So, yun lang yung ating video for today. If may mga tanong kayo, just comment down below. Again, na-appreciate ko yung mga comments niyo and yung support niyo. And if you would want to support our channel and our website, you can go to www.pinoyaccountant.com/donate. Ayan. So thank you very much and I'll see you again in our next video.